Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 1 of a brand new series that I like to call Let's Rank, where we take a look at some of LEGO's most popular themes, and well, we rank them worst to best. And start off with, I'd like to take a look at some of the themes that were popular when people my age were growing up, my fellow Gen Zers, if you know what I mean, because what can I say, I'm biased. I got a lot of nostalgia for these. And I mean, what better to kick us off with than, some of the sets you see before you? Space Police, aka Space Police 3, if you want to be technical about it. That's pretty much it. Basic gist, basic premise is that we got a bunch of hardened police officers in space, totally loaded with hundreds of lasers, and they're going after some of these alien criminals. And yes, not to get too much into it, but these cops, these space cops, are low-key profiling and specifically only going after aliens. But I don't want to get too much into it. So before we get into today's ranking of Space Police 3, please be sure to let me know what other themes you want me to rank next down below. And yeah, man, without further ado, let's get ranking.
Hey, Tiny, you gonna clean his windshield?
Alright, kicking us off, spot number 15, we got Squidman's Pit Stop. Now, first glances, looks like your ordinary garage slash maybe spaceship, auto body place, whatever, but in space. You got your little side vehicles for the bad guys to get tricked out, to get all repaired up. Minifigures included. We got the alien snake, we got one of the Skull Twins, and we have Mr. Squidman himself, aka P. Squiddy. Yes, I believe that's a real thing. I do think, if I remember correctly, LEGO did call him that in one of their promo materials, which is wild. But anyway, also we got a standard police officer to come in, bust these guys. Now, what's cool about this set is, like I said, at first glance, it looks like your normal, pit stop. Just a couple levers and stuff here. And boom. It basically transforms into sort of this almost fortress. You got your wall of guns at the ready, like Neo from the Matrix. You got missiles pointed out. This satellite dish probably doubles as a laser to ward off any space pigs coming in trying to stop your means of operation. Now, on paper, that sounds really cool. But, well, first of all, if you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of LEGO playsets. I'm more of a vehicle, spaceship, mech kind of guy. And not only is this a playset, well, first of all, it's kind of built up with very basic bricks. It's the profile, the silhouette. It's not really outstanding, I guess. Not very remarkable. And the play features, well, again, very, very cool in idea and in theory. Didn't really cook in execution, I gotta say. Like, this lever that you rotate, or I guess knob, whatever you want to call it, the pieces that it uses, I believe it's like some sort of Technic pin that can actually rotate within the piece. It's not actually locked into this wall right here, like with an axle. It was probably what they would have done nowadays had they designed the set in big old year of 2025. And on top of that, at least for me, this set is well loved, if you couldn't tell. But the SPAC wall in weapon mode, it does not like to stay down for me at all very much. Like at the lightest touch, it wants to flip back over. That's I don't know how to feel about that. The missiles, the sign here, turn around to reveal the missiles. That's a little finicky, maybe a little fragile even. So overall, the play features, not exactly perfect. Even this little platform. What you're supposed to do is flip it out and raise it up to have it easier for the aliens to work on their vehicles. It doesn't really actually hold them very well. Again, could be just my set. Like I said, this is well loved, well aged. So that's basically 3 for 3 with the play features that we've got going on here. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this. This sidewall, you can kind of have these radioactive, like, I guess these guys are like hoarding nuclear waste, which is kind of crazy to think about. You can have these barrels like blown up or get exploded. That one works fine. Other play features, not really feeling it. And the vehicles are kind of mid. The spaceship is kind of cool. It's a little swooshable. The police spaceship, a little too chunky, a little too thick, my personal taste, but that's whatever. But I guess not to be overly negative with the set, I do appreciate the use of these Bionicle Baraki spines. Like, not only in the theme itself, they were being used pretty versatile. You have them being used in two separate ways within the same set. So that's probably why this little car is my favorite out of these three bad guy vehicles. So yeah, in conclusion, it is kind of cool, but it's not terrible. So kind of, I guess you could just say it's kind of mid. So I guess fitting spot for 15th place. Anyway, moving on.
Oh my god! Oh god, you shot me! Ah!
Alright, at number 14, we have Max Security Transport. Now, right off the bat, gotta say, it is admittedly a very cool vehicle. You got the cockpit up front, totally decked out with lasers. You have the transport prison cell right here, smack dab in the middle. These pretty cool wheels, very reminiscent of Power Miners. Definitely a theme I'd like to rank in the future sometime. Tricked out with thrusters in the back. And then we get into the side vehicle, the side build. This is going to be a recurring motif that you're going to be seeing with a lot of these sets. Basically, the gist is you've got your prison cell with basically this target right above it. So you can take one of these spring-loaded missiles. Giant, awesome missiles, by the way. And, well, that was like my 5th attempt. So again, unfortunately, this play feature, not the greatest, I will admit. But speaking of prisoners, getting into the minifigures here, we got Snake returning once again, who is technically supposed to be the prisoner being transported by the set, so it must have been a bad boy. Next we have Slizer, this green guy. Very cool, very cool name actually. I wonder if this guy knows any throwbots. That's a deep cut reference. Maybe we'll look at that theme in another video. Then again, normal police officer to drive this guy. I guess the other main playing feature of the set is you can push down on the prisoner cell and have the side, I guess, wings? Whatever these side parts are, come up, kind of protect the cell a little better. Which honestly, this set does like the best job at covering this small like prisoner transport pod. Like all the other ones, all the other sets, these guys are just hanging open, raw dogging, wide open for the bad guys to come in and shoot with giant missiles. And, you know, it makes sense. This set is called Max Security Transport, so it would make sense. But, yeah, the other main play feature of the set, when you pick it up, the wheels kind of fall down here. So then it's in kind of like a hover mode. Then okay, the thrusters on the back kind of make a little more sense. So you can have this thing flying around. Now, again, there's gonna be another thing here. On paper, this is a really cool idea. But, unfortunately, maybe this was just the way I play with stuff as a kid. It kind of becomes, I don't want to say annoying, like it's kind of harsh, but it is kind of annoying. Because the way, how would we be wanting to playing with this? Like, what if I wanted to be driving this thing, and it's going after, like, jumps, you know, cool trick shots off of, like, craters on the moon and stuff, and I want to have it slam back down in driving mode, but I can't because these wheels are loose. And I know at this time it's not my set. This is how it's designed. These wheels are very floppy and loose, and they just come down into, you know, hover mode or whatever every time. I wish there was like ratcheting joints so you could like click the wheels down into any angle you wanted. You know, you could have it stay in drive mode, you could have it stay in hover mode, etc. Again, looks pretty cool. Play features kind of finicky. I feel like that's my biggest problem. Like if a play feature is finicky, doesn't work every time consistently. That's mainly what I'm looking for, consistency. Then that's kind of my biggest problem with the set, and that with any set, and that'll really bring my opinion of it down. But again, cool looking set. I cannot emphasize that enough. Like these sets in 15th and 14th place, they're not bad. Like in my opinion, they are not bad sets. They have some flaws with them, and we got some tough competition here. And a lot of these Space Police sets are really freaking dope. So they just got a lot of tough competition. But anyway, moving on.
No, that is not Solid Snake.
Right, and at number 13 we have Space Speeder. Just a baby. Like it's just a tiny little guy. And that's honestly probably why it's up so high, because this is, I mean, come on, it's kind of funny that he's basically a seat with a giant freaking gun on the front, fire coming out the back, and dude's just sitting on there, flying around, having the time of his life. Again, minifigure is Snake. He's been a recurring character with these sets. Promise that's not why they're ranked so far down. It has nothing to do with him. But I mean, yeah, there's not really much to say. It's just tiny speeder. does what it's supposed to. I guess that's probably why I would rank it above the other two sets. It does what it's supposed to. There's no play features for it to, mess up on. Or, I mean, yeah, it's just a tiny speeder. Yeah, whatever. Moving on.
Viper's on station. Your journey ends here, pilot.
All right, number 12, we got Raid Viper. Now, this might be a hot take, because admittedly, this is kind of far down the list. I mean, yeah, it's pretty swooshable. I don't know, I couldn't tell you why. I don't vibe with this one as much as I do the other ones. Maybe it's the cockpit piece, these very large Technic panels on the side. Again, it might be a hot take because I know a ton of people my age grew up with this one, absolutely love it. I was not one of those people. I only had one Space Police set growing up, and it was not this one. So I do not hold the same nostalgia, the same fondness for this one. It's alright. It's definitely not bad by any means. It's not my cup of tea. And honestly, I think the minifigures kind of save it for me. Like, I really like this guy, Wrench, that's his name. He's got the Blacktron uniform and logo, goated theme. Oh yeah, also, of course, again, another police officer. This set is actually from the second wave, and you can tell that based on the type of police officer minifigure that is included in the set. So the ones we looked at previously all had just the normal helmets with the black visors. The minifigures from the second wave had air tanks, a fully closed off helmet, and see-through red visors. Yeah, fun fact for you guys, this set is the first one on our list from the second wave from 2010. The first wave was 2009. Again, not a bad set by any means, but I just don't vibe with it as hard, I guess you could say. All right, next one.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
All right, number 11, we got Freeze Ray Frenzy. Minifigures included are Cranks. He's brother or cousin or something to Wrench. We got to look at him earlier. And again, another police officer, this time another one of the Wave 1 officers. And this set is pretty simple. You got two speeder bikes, one for the officer, one for the alien. Also, I couldn't seem to find it on my set. I know I have him. I just couldn't find him. It does come with a stop sign and a traffic light, which I think is kind of funny. Like, we got these earthly, signages and stuff sticking out of the ground. Because, like, the bottom plates are brown. So it's implying that's just sticking out of the dirt. And so I just think it's funny. We got these futuristic spaceships all flying around, and they're still following earthly, groundly, Terran traffic laws. Driven traffic laws. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny. Again, pretty cool. I just don't vibe with it. Like, honestly, these rankings are just how much I vibe with the set, and it's just, this ain't it, Chief. Like, again, not bad by any means. I do like the police officer's speeder bike too. It's like it's built out of like the motorcycle or tricycle, whatever chassis, but backwards, which I think is really cool. The silhouette or shaping of the bad guy speeder is also very cool, with one of these red to orange gradient translucent fire pieces, which is pretty awesome. Like, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, pretty much every set that I got that had a big, giant, cool fire piece in it was red to yellow. And even as a kid, I thought that was low-key kind of lame. Like, this looks so much cooler. I'll have them side by side, hopefully. Enough yapping. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool set. On to the next one.
But can you do that?
Alright, breaking into the top 10. Finally, we got Squidman Escape. Minifigures included, as you might have guessed, Mr. Squidman himself and a standard police officer. The rest of the set is this police officer's bike, which he presumably uses to detain and arrest. Squidman over here, P Squiddy. I honestly kind of go back and forth between this one and the last one of which police speeder bike, like small speeder bike, I like more. Like, something about this like curved shape. It's also adjustable because it's on hinge. Very, very satisfying to me. You can lift the hood up. I don't think that's intended. I think that's just to like continue the contour, the shape of the rest of the bike. I don't know. It's very, very swooshable. Just like a oval kind of esque shape. Fits in your hand very nicely. Very swooshable. Yeah, harmless set. All right, next one.
Right there. What the dog doing?
All right, number 9, K9 unit. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that. K9 unit at 9th place. Cool. Total coincidence. I didn't even mean it. Oh yeah, the only minifigure included is just police officer. Okay, right off the bat, I gotta say, I absolutely adore this set. I mean, it's just a little robot doggo. Like, what can you not love about that? Like, it's the simplicity. It only takes, hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 pieces. And you just get this cute, simple robotic doggo to help your police officers. Like, there's a reason why I have 2 of these. I love the set. The only reason it's not higher is just because there's so much more sets in this theme that are beyond cool. But yeah, I love the set. Small, simple set. Number 9. Let's move on to the next one.
I ain't saying she's a gold digger. Oh, I'm not gonna read that next line.
Number 8, we got Gold Heist. Right off the bat, classic, immediately recognizable cops and robbers situation. We got someone going after a safe of gold. Now, hear me out. Shaping is cool. It's pretty swooshable. But the main thing, and this is honestly the main gimmick, I guess, of the set. Like, pretty much everything you see is like variable and customizable. Like the engines on the front, the thrusters on the back, the little winglets, the antenna. Like everything you can adjust and move around to your liking. I get why people might like this. I personally, am not the biggest fan. I'm more like one solid spaceship you pick up, you fly it around. Again, I can totally get why people would dig this, because it is cool to have, you know, a spaceship with all these moving parts, and like you can have the engines and thrusters in different positions for like landing and takeoff, and you know, speed mode, pursuit mode, whatever. Me personally, again, not a huge fan of it. Also, the side of the spaceship, if you can see there, it's completely hollow. Like there's nothing there. If the police officer were flying this thing, just like, oh, reach for my coffee, reach for my car keys, whoa, like totally, like just fucking falls out the side of his craft. Imagination or whatever, you know, that's what Lego's all about. Not super big on this set. You might be wondering why this is above the K9 unit set then. And there's a reason I held off telling you what minifigures are in the set, because this right here is why this little green guy, our forearm friend Frenzy, this is why I rank this set higher than, honestly, in my opinion, it has any right to be. Because let me just tell you, for those who know, justice for my man Frenzy. Here's when the unsolicited Lego lore dump comes in. All right, here's your dose for today. For this video. Okay, so Lego had these stop motion videos to promote the Space Police sets. And in one of them, my man Frenzy, this green guy over here, he's just running a simple restaurant. He's making bank, probably an alien immigrant in Lego Space City, just trying to make ends meet with his little, I think it's like a barbecue, like kebab shop, whatever, doesn't matter. He's got his little restaurant. And what you see, literally in that video, in what Lego published as official advertisement marketing material, what you see is the Space Police plant gold in his restaurant and then arrest him for having possession of stolen gold, which is crazy. You don't actually see them doing it, but you see the establishing shot of his restaurant. No safe, no gold. Then the police show up, then magically there's gold back there, and then they bust him. So my man Frenzy was forced into a life of crime. That's the only reason he's stealing more gold, because he needs to make bank. That's the only way he can now, because he's a convicted felon. He was just trying to make ends meet in the normal way with his simple mom and pop restaurant. But nah, the corrupt Lego Space City police force had to go in and mess this stuff up again. And like I alluded to at the beginning of the video, that's why I'm kind of saying like these space police, they're kind of like low-key profiling against different species. Like it's kind of sus that like literally only the criminals are aliens and only the police officers are humans. Like, something kind of strange going on there. But yeah, anyway, lore dump over. But basically, the gist of the set is Frenzy, he hops on his very small, again, comically small speeder. He can't escape the Lego lore, man. But what I'm saying, like, can't even afford a full-size speeder because he had his business shut down. No. I think even in that video, if I remember correctly, they like land a spaceship or something on top of his restaurant. So it's like completely leveled. He has no source of income now. Of course he's going to resort to crime. Oh my gosh, I am getting out of hand. But anyway, the gist of the set, the play feature. You have the gold safe being suspended in the middle of the police cruiser vehicle, whatever. And you can unlock this rotating guy back here, pull the axle out, and then with some finagling, the safe comes out, and then Frenzy pops this on, and then he flies away. So yeah, actually, now that I think about it, they were probably, like, low-key really stretching the budget of the set. And that's probably why Frenzy's speeder is so short. That's why the police officer vehicle, like, it doesn't even have sidewalls. I commend them for trying to fit within the restraints they had. And I think they did succeed. This is definitely a better play feature than what were they called? Squidman's Pit Stop and the Maximum Security Transport, whatever. Like these play features work, and they're solid. Maybe the safe like doesn't come out right away. Again, takes some jiggling to get it out of there. But again, it's like I would rather have that over it falls out too easily, or like the safe falls apart in your hands. But anyway, like I said, don't totally vibe with the actual set, but the lore behind it. Hashtag justice for Frenzy. That's why it's at number 9. All right, next one.
This bad boy can fit so much spaghetti.
Spot number 7, we got the one and only, the biggest, baddest boy on the block. The huge, practically police headquarters on wings. The one and only Galactic Enforcer. Now again, this might be kind of a hot take, because it is relatively low. I bet a lot of people would rank this very, very high. But again, I gotta remind you of the criteria of the ranking we got here. Like I think I vibe with this set, but I don't vibe with it as much as others. Like I wouldn't see this and be like, oh, I'm gonna make that my entire personality, right? Like it's cool. Like I mean, you just grab right here in the middle. Oh my god, 10 out of 10 swooshability. Like this is awesome. I mean, you got interior. I mean, it's not bad. You got your radar. You got your weapon rack. You got a actually pretty sizable interior. Also, one thing to note: the back does open up. You can kind of pull out this rover. Actually, whoa! Look at the raking. Is that the right word? Like the angle at this. The wheels are at. Like I totally forgot about that. But I don't know. I think what it ultimately comes down to is the little things. Maybe. First of all, this really bugs me. The rear thrusters. All right, take a look at these bad boys right here. They use these like flipper pieces. I think, oh my gosh, actually, I think these are for like those weird like large Technic figures or Jack Stone or something. I think these are like flippers for those. But anyway, these are around thrusters, and oh my gosh, let me tell you, these fall off constantly. Like I'm trying my best not to touch back there, but like I would not be surprised if these fell off in the middle of filming this. That's just a small thing, but that's honestly such a big problem I have with this set. Like it's kind of annoying, and it kind of gets more annoying when I explain the main play feature of the set a little more in depth. Moving on, the lasers right here. Okay, this part is cool. Like I can just imagine these giant lasers, like auto aiming, totally shooting down alien criminal scum. Moving up to the cockpit. I think this is a Slave 1, like Star Wars Slave 1 cockpit recolored in blue, which is pretty cool. Shaping's nice. I like the twos going on here. Now, I'd argue the main gimmick of the set is it comes apart. This part comes off, and the two little, I don't even know what you call these, pods come off. And you can have it just as 4 separate spaceships, or you can attach the pods to what was the cockpit. And I'm gonna be real with you, chat. This is like pretty ugly. Like I appreciate what they're going for, but like personally, I don't think I would ever want to have it in the other one. Like the fall off, the glow down that this set goes through the transformation. Like I'm keeping this puppy in this mode. Like that really brings down some points for it. Like the main gimmick of your set, and it looks, I don't want to be too harsh, but it looks pretty bad, man. Like I can't lie. But yeah, that's what the main model covered. That's the main build, the big boy covered. Again, very cool, but also very lacking in some aspects. Very quickly, minifigures included. These are all returning faces. We got Cranks and Slicer, 3 police officers, and actually this statue of basically a classic spaceman, which is kind of cool. And actually that's kind of the, I don't want to say play feature, main story, I guess, of this set. Basically you got your bad guy Speeder. They stole this statue. You got this chain hanging off so you can drag this statue away. And then you got your Galactic Enforcer to enforce the idea that stealing statues, it's not cool, man. Yeah, oh yeah, and here's a look at that red to yellow flame. I'm not gonna dock points for the set just because of that. That was just a pet peeve I had as a kid, and frankly still now. Nah, not anymore, because now I have so many sets with the red and orange flame pieces lying around. So this is not a big deal. But I hope you can agree with me. Like red and orange flame pieces, you gotta admit, that's way cooler than just red to yellow. But anyway, totally tiny thing. Yeah, that is the Galactic Enforcer. Very cool, but just not quite the best. Moving on.
Computer, how do I put the Joker in the Phantom Zone? Quickest route. No freeways.
Things are heating up. We got 6th place, Space Police Central. Now, I know earlier in the video I did say I'm usually not the biggest fan of playsets, but there comes a time every once in a while where I do have to admit Lego cooks, all right? And I do have to eat my words a little bit because this is frankly pretty cool, especially for a playset. All right, getting into it, like it literally has everything a police headquarters would need. Starting off on the left here, you have like this, basically this speeder like launcher platform area. Beneath, you have a little lounge with the obligatory coffee maker and coffee mug, very prevalent in Lego City. Also a nice detail on the inside. We got a couple wanted posters. Maybe we'll see those characters, those minifigures later on in this video. Oh, this is another thing that I love about the set. With the exception of this upper dome area, everything, you can get to everything. Like, I just love that the ladder comes up to this platform, and then there's another ladder that goes up to this platform. There's a ladder over on this guy. Like, as a minifigure, you know, you're playing like your dollhouse or whatever, dollhouse style. Your minifigures can access everywhere, which is, I think, is really cool, and not a lot of playsets have that feature. The main like central unit building area definitely draws a lot of the attention. Got this sick ass black and yellow sideways garage door. So again, like Lego was cooking. They like everything they were doing, they were knocking out of the park with the set. Garage door again, black and yellow. You know me, you know this is my favorite color scheme. You have this police truck, one of the few driven ground vehicles in Space Police. The intention of this is to attach a prison cell like that, pod thing, and then you can drive it away. Up here we got like communications / evidence room / radar / weapons array. In this blue dome here, again, very awesome and exquisite large trans blue dome pieces. Up front, oh my god, I can't even tell you what's going on. Loaded with weapons, whatever these UFO dish things are. And on the right we got this small platform housing the prison cells, and then this giant radar thing. On either side of the entire set are these very cool laser walls, which have like these gate pieces and then like lightsaber rods as like a kind of a lasery barbed wire. Actually, this is an awesome detail. I didn't even know this set had it until I pretty much finished building it, because I think it's like one of the last things that you build. There's a target practice range right here in this back corner. Like pretty much like none of the space here is left unused. Like yeah, I didn't even know this was in the set. This is such a cool touch. It's kind of funny that the targets are like bugs. Like I expect something like that more out of Galaxy Squad or hell, even Helldivers. But yeah, that's kind of funny touch. Again, overall, not a huge fan of playsets, and one of the main reasons is they can be very flimsy. I mean, this is holding itself together pretty well. Normally, when you see like just base plate, and then some building, like I know modular buildings is different because it's like built like 100% covered with other pieces. But usually when a playset's like this with, you know, sparse base plate coverage, it can be pretty fragile and it can like fall apart in use. So that's one of the reasons why, you know, I don't really prefer playsets over vehicles. Like even the side one, you just pick up, swoosh it around. Picking up this, you know, you gotta be a little careful. But again, like I said, despite being a playset, despite being my least favorite genre of Lego builds, this set fucking rocks, man. Like, no two ways about it. Also, in this set, minifigures absolutely shine. Well, first of all, normal police officer, but also your commander police officer. And then this little robot guy, but then the aliens. This is our first look at Jawson. This guy's pretty cool. Piranha, almost like anglerfish looking guy. He would totally fit in with Atlantis if it weren't for that space prison jumpsuit. Again, another theme. If you want me to rank that, let me know in the comments. And then here, Brainiac. This guy is so cool, dude. First of all, the recolored skull twin helmet or mask, whatever thing, and the dark red color scheme, banger. But then you take that off, he's got this crazy, scary arachnid head. Like, oh my god. Like, I'm gonna see this guy in my nightmares. And then his weapons. You got the revolvers, but then you slap on those trans light blue axes on the front, and it just gives a totally different vibe. Like, I love this guy. Totally aura farming. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff in the set. Minifigures, vehicles, the build itself, like all the little intricate details. Like, you can't go wrong with this one.
Welcome to the underground.
Now we're cooking. We're getting into the top 5. At number 5 spot, we got Hyperspeed Pursuit. Now I gotta say right off the bat, this is like, it's pretty much the de facto Space Police set, because you got, I would argue, like your standard Space Police cruiser, again, totally decked out with weapons, and then your Skull Twin car with not one but 2 giant spring-loaded missiles. And even though you do get both Skull Twins, and by the way, this is the only set that you can get both Skull Twins in one go, You could totally buy 2 of these sets. Then it's just the Skull Twins each have their own vehicle, and then the Space Police Force has multiple of these like standard issue ships. So not to sound like a total Lego Star Wars dweeb, but this set is kind of good for army building if you want to look at it that way. Both solid builds. I love the tubing on here, the weapons, the thrusters. I think this set really earns the name Hyperspeed Pursuit. Like it just looks like it can go a million freaking miles an hour. Again, not many sets you see double spring-loaded missiles like that. It's just a solid freaking set, man.
And Hulk. Smash.
Right, number 4, we got Smash and Grab. Right off the bat, definitely a unique name for a Lego set, and definitely for a Space Police 3 set, I would say. Like all the other ones, you got Space Police Central, Maximum Security Transport, and then this one, you know, Smash and Grab, man. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Anyway, if you couldn't tell by the missing pieces, completely missing side build, and the shoddy sticker placement, to say the least, this was the Space Police set that I owned as a kid. The one and only, right here. I gotta be completely honest that I am completely biased with the set. Like, I can't not look at it through rose-tinted glasses, right? Regardless of my nostalgia, I feel like, I mean, this is a solid spaceship, you know? Like a tow truck with a dope-ass color scheme. I mean, the shaping, very, very swooshable. Solid spaceship, minifigures included, standard Wave 2 police officer, and Squidtron. Now this is actually kind of a custom I made, definitely more than a few years ago. It was quite a while ago. So this is not what the actual minifigure looks like, but alright. Here comes the Lego lore again. Squidman, that we saw earlier, Squidman, this is a robot clone of himself. Squidman made a like robot copy, and then that's another bad guy. The Space Police are falling. So that's I think that's kind of crazy. Also, low-key aura farming, like getting a tricked out ride with the same color scheme as like your face and outfit. That's pretty baller, I can't lie. This is a set I grew up with. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, moving on. Ooh mama, now we're really heating up. We're getting into the top 3. And I know this is gonna cause endless debate in the comments, because I feel like from here, like all 3 of these are gonna be someone's number 1 favorite, right? So I can't blame you if you rank these sets differently than me, especially these top 3. But kicking it off, the top 3 of this ranking, we got Lunar Limo, aka Space Daddy's Limo. Yes, this guy right here, Space Daddy. That is literally his name. You cannot make this set today, man. Like a Lego Pimp's limo. That is what this is, man. Like, look at his outfit. Look at this limo. Tell me that's not what it is. Like, come on, bro. But I'm glad we did get it when we could have. I mean, what can I say? Like this, look at it. It is dope. The intricate gold and purple stickers and color scheme. Like the super sleek, long frame chassis of the ship. Spring-loaded missile, but it's like super well hidden and embedded in there. Dude's got a hood ornament of his own head on the front of his limo. I mean, this set is so cool. Extremely swooshable, man. So there's not much wrong with this set. I think maybe some of these fins, like antenna, are kind of fragile, but I mean, not even this one. You'd think this one would be falling off all the time. Because it's on a hinge piece, it doesn't get knocked off. It just moves to a slightly different angle. Oh my god, the license plate. It says freaking Brick Mamba. This set is peak, man. Like, you can't deny. There's also... I don't know where it is, but there's a little side build. I think it's supposed to go in this trunk. I literally have no idea where it has gone. It's like this comically undersized speeder with just a giant minigun on the front, and then Brick Daddy, that's like his escape vehicle, and then he like flies that around. Hopefully it's on screen right now, but like, oh my gosh. This set is so funny, man, and but it's also so good for what it is. Minifigures, gotta look at Jocelyn again. That says presumably Brick Daddy's limo driver. It looks like he's still wearing that jumpsuit, so maybe just got out of prison, but he's still trying to make that bank, driving around the most corrupt and richest criminal in Lego Space City. But you didn't get the set to see Jocelyn. You got the set to see the one and only Brick Daddy, a name so infamous. Like in lore, it is canon that no one has ever seen his face, which is crazy. Insane aura farming. I've been saying aura farming a lot in this video. That's definitely going to be a video that I want to do relatively soon in the near future. You know, what are the minifigures with the most aura? Spoiler alert, it's going to be pretty high. But yeah, I definitely want to make that video, so I guess subscribe to stay tuned for that. Space Daddy's Lunar Limo. Like, what can I even say? This set is awesome.
It costs $400,000 to fire this weapon for 12 seconds.
Alright, we're down to the final 2. Now I know that this set was, and probably still is, a lot of people's favorite from this theme. I'm not saying this is worse than number 1, but if I had to bump one up to first place, You'll see why. I'll explain. We're not even number 1 yet. This is number 2. We got the container heist. Again, this is most people's favorite for a reason. This thing is so cool. I know I wanted it like so bad as a kid. Like basically, it's like a pickup truck or bed truck as a spaceship, and I sold this container. But what's so special about the container? Oh, it's got a giant space police issued experimental laser that was stolen. All right, so that's the whole gimmick of the set, and I mean it's just so cool. I'm sure I was not alone in really wanting the set, but now that I have it, however many years later, probably over 10 years, yeah, over 10 years, finally having it in my hands, it did not disappoint. Like the shaping, the fins, the thrusters, the lasers, the spikes on the front, the cab where it's like lowered down, but also it's got like this Mad Max like grate on the front. So dope. So insanely dope. And the stickers on the container itself, if you look closely, you see like actually there's cargo like decals and logos underneath everything, and then it's all scratched up and dinged up, and there's graffiti. And with that graffiti, I'm pretty sure this skull symbol, that means it's got to be Skull Twins, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And then on the other side, we got Blacktron, and I believe that's the designer's like name or initials. Again, I'm a huge shill for Blacktron, and it's honestly pulling off the Blacktron color scheme right now. Black, yellow, a little bit of red. So yeah, like I said earlier, total sucker for this color scheme. And by the way, the red with like the single almost racing stripe down the side, oh, it's so clean, man. It's so good. I mean, this set is dope. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Minifigures included. We got Snake returning once again, and standard issue Wave 1 police officer. Cares about any of that. We got this dope ass cargo truck container heist. Moving on to the number 1 top dog. Let's do it. Now we arrive at the number 1 first place, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, the single greatest ever Space Police 3 set is right here, the Undercover Cruiser. This is why I love this so much. Right off the bat, I'm going to show you the main play feature of the set. So, basic idea is, we got Jocelyn over here again. He's riding his little speeder bike. We want to trail him. We want to see what he's up to. You know, maybe he's a little sus. We gotta follow him. But we gotta do that without raising suspicion. How are we gonna do that, right? This police cruiser, totally decked out with lasers, it can transform. Cockpit comes back here, and boom. Completely disguised cargo UPS looking delivery spaceship. And in my opinion, this play feature is friggin' awesome. I could play with it all day. I could literally, even just going back and forth, like boom, cargo mode, boom, police mode, boom, undercover mode, boom, pursuit mode. Like, it's just so good. I dig the play feature so much. The swooshability is there, man. Like, you grab it right here, oh, it just fits in your hand so nicely. That is a 10 out of 10 swoosh right there. Amazing swooshability. The shaping, like all these engines in the front, super aggressive stance with all these like missiles and lasers pointed at you. Undercover mode, they're repurposed into the thrusters, and it's just completely different vibe and shape going on here. It's so good, man. It's so good. I'm this set's number 1 glazer. You can count on that fact. I just love this set so much. What can I even say about the set that's a negative? I mean, I believe this 2x4 plate. I believe I changed that. I think it was like a brown in the original set, which is that's pretty ugly. I can't lie. So maybe that's like the 1 point I'll ding off of it. Maybe the side build, but I mean, nah, it's pretty cool. Like, it's basically just like a giant gun, fire coming out the back. Could you even have this set without a bad guy vehicle? Because the whole point of this is to pursue someone while in undercover. But if you don't have this, then you don't have the someone to pursue. Maybe that's off topic, but yeah, I freaking love this set. Minifigures, we got Jocelyn here once more, and Wave 2 police officer. Yeah, that's it. That's all of them. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is every single Space Police 3 set, ranked worst to best, in my extremely unbiased and subjective opinion, of course, totally. Please let me know in the comments how you would rank these sets. What's your favorite Space Police set? What's your top 3? What's your most nostalgic that you had as a kid? Just, I want to start some discussion, some debates going on. I know I might have had some hot takes in this, so yeah, please let me know where I went wrong, where I went astray. I want to know what you guys want to see me rank next. I know there's a lot dope themes that came out when we were kids. Got Atlantis, Mars Mission, Power Miners, the GOAT, right? Because yeah, I have every single one of the sets of those themes that I just mentioned, plus more. So like, literally, just it's up to you guys. Just let me know what themes you want me to rank next. I guess like the video so that I know that this is like what you guys want to watch. I mean, there you have it. That's every Space Police 3 set ranked. Yeah, thanks for watching. And in case I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.